Huh. There is a unique female NPC there. I wonder if she is at all relevant to the statement about getting a girlfriend. Yeah, we've already done that.
Nice.
Yeah, books are great.
Oh.
Joker seems a little exasperated about that. Actually, you can't read for free in the library. It still uses up time, which is one of the most important resources in this game. Usually it's best to read on the train, because that will not use up a time slot that can be used by other things.
Let's get started.
And hi there, Mr. Hipster, I mean Mr. Hiruta. Well, that's pretty dark.
Try to answer this.
But for now, we have an in-class question. So, yeah, for this, usually if there's some kind of trick answer, it's often that. But also, being connected to the internet lets you cheat on tests by pressing the middle button. And yeah, the one that has pretty much not, like the vast majority, because most people in the game use guides, yeah, you can pretty much tell what the correct answer is based on network. Bear in mind though, you can't use that for exams.
This is it.
This is kind of a cool question though, because it does actually introduce the subject of a lot of the things in Persona 5 that talk about cognition are based in reality. Because yeah, these two lines, even though they may not look the same length, they actually are. I definitely saw B as being longer than A. But if you remove those, if you remove the other lines, it's a lot easier to see. Yeah, the brain can very easily play tricks on you.
Nice going.
And with that, we get one more music note towards knowledge. Still oblivious, though. I mean, that's true. It is something fascinating to think about, that in life, you only ever see your own perspective. So, you know, for all I know, everyone else just sees colours completely differently to how I do. But yeah, Morgana's pointing this out. A lot of the things about cognition and about psychology in Persona do have a lot of basis in reality. That's why I like the series so much, actually. A lot of people play it just for the waifus and the social sim aspects, but, it sounds kind of like I'm, you know, knocking that here, but like, I'm really more into it for the psychology and also the gameplay and the character developments. Let's not go just yet. We will be going soon, but there's a little bit more we need to do. Ryuji wants to trade with us, huh?
Wow.
That sounds like an invitation. So, Confidant invitations are, if you've played earlier Persona games, they're basically this game's replacement for the lunchtime invites in 3 and 4. Basically, if somebody sends you a text message, it usually means they're ready to rank up, but there's no need to reply immediately. There's no punishment for not replying, but if you do reply, you will be warped directly to the Confidant character, which can be useful as kind of a fast travel method. Because not every Confidant is standing right next to a fast travel location.
Okay.
It is important though to check your messages, because yeah, we got one from Arn yesterday, but it was just a shortcut to the palace if we wanted to go then. But if we answer that one, we'll go to Ryuji. Now, I have heard that, like from some people, from some sources online, that, firstly I'll save, you can save pretty much anywhere in the main, daily life segments, but I've heard from some sources online that accepting a Confidant's invites gives you a bonus to the number of points you get with them in that rank up. I have not been able to verify this though, so I'm not gonna, you know, make any claims as to whether that's true or not. So we are going to be spending time with Ryuji today, but before that I want to see if there's any new dialogue around school. Well, more of this, news traveling fast. I mean, at first I was thinking these two may have had sympathetic motives, and then I realized their names were Cruel Volleyball Player and Arrogant Volleyball Player. These two actually have their heads on straight. Well, these two are pretty superficial. Actually, I just realized, I think now I can show something. So I was talking about something involving the bathrooms that I didn't realize you could do for a little while, and it's actually not cleaning in LeBlanc. I knew about that. It's actually this. Yeah, going to the bathroom will give you an indicator of how close you are to ranking up your social stats. So everything is somewhat close except for knowledge. Knowledge, as you'd expect from, like, a stat that has the most chances to increase it for free via class questions, knowledge is the slowest stat to rank up, so I'm not surprised by that assessment there. I mean, you could say that, but not for the reasons that you would think. It's way worse than just drama. These people are a little 50-50 when it comes to the whole corruption of the school.
He's a piece of shit anyway, right? No wonder he got expelled.
Yeah, I think you're completely right about that. In fact, you may be looking at one and his cat right now. Well, you know, maybe get the app and jump into the metaverse, and that could be you. Oh boy, it's so... like, her not joining the volleyball team, unwittingly, she made the luckiest decision of her life. Everyone's talking about how cute she is, though. Although, granted... this is a very weird thing to say, but she's like one of the few girls in this school who actually have a face, so... I mean, it's somewhat understandable. Okay, with that, you know what? I think I'm gonna go hang out with Ryuji right now. So yeah, so it says there... I feel like my bond with Ryuji will become stronger soon. That means that you will get the next rank up event. If you don't see that, you'll instead get a generic hangout, and generic hangouts are actually a little less generic in Persona 5. And yes, this thing says at night too. Yes, there are nighttime confidants. In fact, Persona 5 has way more nighttime confidants than 3 or 4 did. Still a little annoying that you don't actually get the gym clothes as an outfit unless you have the DLC. Yeah, before the whole track team stuff, I believe. Yep, as I thought.
Damn it.
I mean, yeah, it would be great to get back into shape if we're going to be doing a lot of running and fighting in the palaces. I mean, you already help out plenty, but, so... I said that I would go into how confidants work, when we actually did Chariot Rank 2. Basically, every one of these options will give you a certain amount of friendship points, towards the next rank up. Can be a little confusing, but basically any points we earn during Rank 2 go towards unlocking Rank 3. In this case, I'm counting on you gives the most points. Now, Persona 5 actually does something subtle, but really, really cool that the game unfortunately never tells you about. Listen closely to the music notes when I select this option. So yes, keep that sound in mind.
Come on, man.
Well, I mean, I guess if we want to do all that parkour, we gotta work out too. I mean, you know, sure, I'm all up for getting super fast and not getting hit at all in palaces. And at this point, I'm very glad that, our protagonist in this game, I'm not self-inserting, because if I was, then I'd have asthma and this would just destroy me. Interesting how Ren seems to be a little bit more in shape than Ryuji is right now. But I mean, he did have his leg broken in the past. So the Confidants do actually give some important backstory sometimes. That's why, one of the reasons I always go for max Confidant runs whenever I play these games. You just get to see all sides of the characters and learn more about their pasts. But yeah, we pretty much figured that from the beginning. He just wanted to sabotage the team because he didn't want anything competing with his volleyball. What about his parents? Here, either option works. There are some Confidant choices where both options give no points, or all options give equal points. Oh, yeah, that's awful. And that's when he broke your leg in self-defense, so yeah, this is why, self-defense in air quotes, but yeah, this is why Kamoshida called him the track traitor back in the palace. That's what happened. He deliberately provoked Ryuji into punching him just so he'd have an excuse to break his leg and to get the track team disbanded. Ugh. But yeah, now all of them are gonna shun him because they all blame him for what happened and them losing the whole team. On a lighter note though, did you hear that sound there? The sparkle. That means that we have enough points to unlock the next rank. I love that this game does this, but again, I wish it was a little bit more explained in the game itself. But yeah, when you have enough points to unlock the next rank, the music notes will play a slightly different sound effect and sparkle. I love the awkward high fives there. I also love how snappy the rank up animation is in this game. So we've unlocked Punk Talk now, which means that, yeah, as it says there, we're now better at negotiating with upbeat shadows. I think he has to be in the party for it to work though.
Alright.
I'm not sure, as I actually don't see the talk skills activate all that often. They worked a little differently in the vanilla game. They had a random chance of triggering, and it worked against everything, not just the specified types.
See ya.
So I said in Takemi's first rank up that Royal added an extra dialogue choice to every Confidant rank. this is that most of them are phone calls like this. This is why I've had some people asking whether they can use this guy for the vanilla game. This is a big reason why it probably won't work, because these extra choices here, they actually make some confidants go much faster in Royal. Here it's not going to make much of a difference. It's never too late, man, is the best answer, because we already unlocked the next rank up. Basically, you can never, like, go over the point to the next rank up. It's either you've got enough for the next rank or not. So, yeah, any excess points don't go towards, like, rank 4, say. But still, it is fun to choose the right options most of the time. So these extra phone conversations are part of why a max confidant run is much, much easier in Persona 5 Royal especially.
Hey.
It was already fairly easy in vanilla though. Hang on a second, there's one very, very important thing about confidants that I forgot to mention. And that is that if you have a persona of the same arcana as the confidant in your stock while you hang out with that person, you will get a 1.5 times multiplier to all your points. That's why picking up Mandrake early was so important, because that's going to make ranking up to Kemi easier the next time we see her. From this moment on, every online guide to this game will assume you have a matching persona every time you meet with a confidant, unless the guide specifically says it's an exception. For example, Ryuji rank 2, you don't need a matching persona for that one. And now, back to the video where I'm about to discuss another way that we can multiply our social link points. So grades are actually something that I can go into because they do actually affect your social, confidants, sorry. They do affect your confidants in this game, but only the ones who attend Shujin. So if you do well on your exams, you actually get a multiplier towards all social points with Shujin confidants until the next exam period. I originally didn't believe this when I first read about it, but in my New Game Plus, some of the confidants actually ranked up earlier than the guide says they would, because I was doing better in exams due to, you carry over your social stats, so I had max knowledge in New Game Plus, and yeah, that showed me that the exam bonus is in fact real. Also, I kind of like this guy. He's sort of one of the more memorable NPCs to me. So what are we supposed to do tonight in LeBlanc? Okay, I know what we're doing. We're going upstairs for a little bit, and we are doing, we would have had to buy the bio-nutrients today if we hadn't previously. Also, we can do this. Here's the thing though, this just gives you increased HP. I'm never gonna actually do that, unless I have totally free time. Because it does use up time, and there are better ways to use time. Like, it doesn't increase social stats. I believe, though, that the HP buffs you get out of that carry over to New Game Plus, but only in Royal. There are some other ways to raise your HP outside of battle that also carries over in Royal.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, here, by using bio-nutrients, we can increase our kindness by caring for the plant.
Oh.
It also doesn't take up time, so, only money. So it's good to do this whenever you have the money to buy bio-nutrients. And they're better than, basically the better the fertilizer you use, the more of a kindness boost you get. So what we're supposed to be doing tonight that will actually use up time is we're gonna craft. Now hopefully I have enough materials to make something. Oh, we can make 2 now. Okay, we can make another lockpick. I'm probably gonna go for lockpicks most chances that I get. But I can make 2 things. So I can make 1 lockpick, and hopefully I have enough materials for something else. I'll be restocking my materials due to the, well, I'll just say this. We're gonna go to the palace tomorrow, so I'll be restocking materials quite soon. In general, you want to have a good stock of materials in Royal at all times, because that way you always have the, not Royal, just in this game in general, because that way you'll always have the opportunity to raise your proficiency at night if you need to. But that Molotov cocktail is good. Like, say we're fighting something weak to fire and it's Ryuji's turn, he can use that to knock down the enemy and get a 1 more.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we just got 2 notes that time.
Well then.
Yep, no more. So the good thing about following this guide is that I never have to get the extra note, but if I do get it, I can potentially get ahead of the guide on proficiency.
Hey!
And this is why I made sure to rent Pirate Legend, because this day is a train day, which means that we can read. We'll cause time to pass if it's on the train. You know, I remember back when I was in high school, I actually would study on the train. So yeah, we have Social Thought to raise knowledge, Pirate Legend to build guts, and this which will unlock extra fast travel points in Yongen, but I don't really need that. This one requires 2 sessions to finish. If we had speed reading, we could finish it in 1 session, but that's not for a little later. I was about to say in my head, this feels so mean, but could Ryuji even read this book?
Hey, hey!
I mean, I think there's like 2,000 general use kanji in Japanese. I think that's how much you need to read a newspaper. I'm not sure how kanji literate Ryuji would be, I'm so sorry. Yeah, kanji is like, I was always terrible at kanji. Well, yeah, you and me both. But we spent that money on plant nutrients and a DVD player. Yeah, I pointed those out earlier. Those are those yen markers on your map. We will actually be doing part-time work quite soon. Also, those who played this game before might actually recognize somebody walking there. I just did out of the corner of my eye. Funny you should say that after I just mentioned how broke I was. Yeah, this is why I didn't buy any weapons or armor. You do need to sink a lot of money into raising social stats early on, especially something. Basically, every Sunday there's a way to raise social stats, but it costs 5,000 yen. That's what we'll be sinking the majority of our cash into early in the game. Thankfully, though, we actually do, well, palaces are good for that, but we also find a steady stream of weapons and armor in palace treasure chests, so buying new stuff is not hugely necessary right now. It's like the equivalent of getting caught passing notes in class. I graduated high school long before the smartphone generation, so I don't even want to know just how bad teachers must have it now, keeping kids off phones during class. So yeah, you can make money at a part-time job, but part-time jobs also have other benefits. We're mainly going for them in this playthrough for the other benefits. However, today, actually there's not really much we can do right now. So like, you might notice that it's raining. On rainy days, as I mentioned back in Ryuji's Confidant bio, any Confidant rank that takes place outdoors is inaccessible. And that means pretty much everything right now. So, like, let's look at the map today. No cards. That means no confidants are available. And if we go to Central Street, there's not really much to do here either. I do like how the music is subtly different. Honestly, I really love just the general city themes in P5. They just have, like, I wouldn't exactly call them, like, lo-fi vibes to chill to, because, like, This is totally a tangent, but I just want to say this right here. I honestly do not get lo-fi music at all. I've briefly tried listening to one of the Critical Role lo-fi playlists, and I don't know, I'm not into it. I don't even find it relaxing. But, like, I like the town music, especially on rainy days. Like, it kind of, because I personally, in real life, I like rain. Not really heavy rain, but light rain. I like light rainy days. Well, thankfully, you're not the Persona 3 protagonist who has to worry about getting tired when visiting the dungeon. I suppose I can actually show that we can buy stuff from here now. Dipped Katsu Sando. Right now, all we can afford is just a 10 HP healing sandwich. Fruit Danish, dipped Katsu Sando. Okay, that's good, but it's expensive. But yeah, they have a seasonal special later that is a lot better. Also, there are vending machines here, but if I don't mention a vending machine, it's probably not important. Although I should say that in the vanilla game, there was a trophy for buying at least one of every drink in the game. So you would need to check every vending machine in the vanilla game, because there are some drinks are actually quite rare and can only be found from very specific machines. Anyway, since I'm going to call this apart when we head into the palace, because I want to keep the daily life and dungeon parts separate, I guess I could use the rest of this just to talk about some things that we can find in the underground mall that we cannot afford right now. Yeah, so this is a present. It's liked by a lot of male confidants, but these here actually help us out in battle, so not all accessories are pointless cosmetic waste of money.
What would you like?
Here, though, everything here is a gift. I'll be showing, like, everyone's favorite presents in the Confidant bios, but I will say that I personally don't find presents to be hugely useful. This shop, though, is actually pretty good, because it does sell things like, yeah, life gain and life bonus increase your max HP, life surge increase it significantly, and these increase your SP, but yeah, we cannot afford those yet. I did say, though, that one day we would be incredibly rich by high school student standards, so money becomes a lot easier to get the further into the game you get. But, oh, here's the recover oil they were talking about at school. Cures all non-special ailments. I wonder what special ailments are. I guess we'll find out about those later. Perfume, crimson lipstick. Yeah, I believe Arn likes the crimson lipstick. But like, the things that Arn mainly likes are sweets. Like, she likes most of the confectionery presents you can get. I think I said that wrong. Confectionery. Anyway, Ryuji likes most of the gifts from the sports store. And this place, I think, also sells gifts.
What would you like?
Yeah, it sells gifts, like flan. Okay, Arn likes truffles and castella. Drizzled natto. Something that I've heard is sort of the Japanese counterpart of Vegemite in Australia, which I've never had before, as something that a lot of people find disgusting, but is kind of a delicacy there. I also love this problem child. But anyway, since we can't really do anything else in town today, next time, I'm going to be hitting this and pressing square to go to the hideout. And we're gonna be infiltrating the palace for the first time outside of a forced tutorial. See you all then.